Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Saturday's What Map. BonBon here. How you doing? Fantastic day today, and so we'll have a fantasy map. Please note Mickey Mouse in the top corner. We'll look at him in more detail later. It's Rivendell by Carantanian. It's not half bad, this map, I tell you. Although there is no screenshot thumbnail. Dearie dear. There's your start square. We've not often looked at start squares, and a few people have mentioned it, so I thought I'd start trying to remember to put them in. I apologise if I forget. Resources are a bit plippy-ploppy, and onto the Steam workshop page. It's a very vanilla map. Nothing is required, although Clara, LUT and theme are both suggested and recommended, and I would agree, because although I'd normally suggest Clara for Desert Island type maps, it's working really well with this fantasy map, so I would definitely agree with that one. Got a slightly lumpy bumpy road there, although across the whole the road network isn't that bad. Okay, that's probably about as bad as it gets. Normally I would disagree with that bridge coming across there, but it's a fantasy map and it works. It's been done very well indeed, and it works, and I'm not complaining. Now the roads are, there are some roads on the other side of the river as well there. We're not going to look at them in too much detail, but we'll have a little glimpse at the end of the review. Now I say, the roads are 4 lanes wide. That could be slight overkill, although it does add a really bold aesthetic to the entire map. And if there'd been 3 lanes, it might have just been a bit average really. So although they're not really required for 4 lanes, you're not going to build the world's biggest city on this map. I think it kind of probably does add something, so I'm going to accept them. Big old bridge there, very high, enough room for a shipping route underneath, so if there's any shipping in there, that's a good thing, I guess. This follows along the side of the outside of the build area. Mountains on one side, sea on the other, bit of room for docks on your right there. And then we hit the intersection. Now there are options to go up into the mountains, and we're going to need a road to get up there, so it's nice to see that one's already been provided. We get to the top. It doesn't go anywhere, but like I say, it does give you access. So that's basically all there is to see up here. So let's go back down again, shall we? Back down to that intersection. Then we get down here. There's another one immediately afterwards with a route off to the fog that way. And this one brings you right into the middle of the map, where there is a little build area as well. So let's go and follow that. Now there's lots of mountains everywhere, and if you know flying a free cam through mountains in City Skylines, you can end up bouncing and bumping a lot. Managed to avoid it on the whole, except for at the end of the rail trip, which you'll see. You will see. I did my best. I did. This is like that central build location. You get a nice little city building in here, and it's good to have access. Now, let's say, here's the rail, and it's not too bad, my camera work, until right at the very end, when probably cinematic cameras would have been better. There's rail on the other side of the river as well. We'll look at that in a moment. But yes, I do my best not to bounce around. There is some bouncing. That goes to the fog that way. Then we reach this. Now, our route we were taking goes straight off to the right. It doesn't join up with this little intersection, bow tie intersection. So we'll have to head right, and we'll do that. And we go down here, runs parallel with the second line, and runs alongside the highway, but it cuts through the mountain pass. Very nicely done. And separates, and that one goes off into the city. This one, I'm sorry, this is too steep. Fantasy map or no, that is not acceptable. Okay? Not happy with that at all. And that stays elevated all the way, making it tricky to use over here. Where's that going to go? I don't know. I'm sure you'll find something to do with it. We cut through here. We've got a second rail route which we'll follow, and this is where it starts getting a little bit trickier. Through here, which I managed to just about keep it at ground level, around this little bit of pond type thing, very pretty, clay colours, very pretty. And then we're going to go up, 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 up. Right, now there's a little bit of awkward work here, I've got to be honest with you. The rail here goes on the left, goes up, elevated, goes across the right one, and then goes back across the left one before dropping back down to the ground, too steeply one must add. Why was that raised? Well, probably because there wasn't enough room to put the second rail line down. Why that first rail line wasn't deleted and just built or moved with the Move It mod a little bit across, it would have made it a lot more tidy. Anyway, this then skips around this way, and if you head left, you go up and under. That's very nicely done underneath the opening highway that we first looked at. We've got some drowned trees. Snorkeling trees are never a good thing. And now we struggle with the camera. I apologise. I've already apologised. I'm not going to apologise. Why would I apologise to you? I don't even like you. Nah. Roller coaster going up the side of the mountain. And we'll look at trees on mountains at the end of the show. But this is just struggling to stay. I don't know. Other than that, though, it's a very nice mountain pass railway. But you know what's controversial? Today's asset. And it is a controversial asset. It's BonBonB by Rivendell. Now, this was put up on the Steam Workshop, a couple of weeks ago, and I managed to catch it before it was taken down. Yes, it's a little bit naughty. Just a little bit naughty, and quite rightly taken down. Well done, Steam. We don't need this kind of shenanigans on the workshop. Yeah, although it's not massively naughty, super naughty. If you allow this, then you've got to allow everything else. And it's a city building game, not a naked lady game. And she's a big girl, you know. When I say that, I mean she towers over Assetville. I don't mean it that way, you dirty, dirty people. It's BonBonB by Rivendell. Today's very controversial asset of the day. Not available on the workshop anymore. You will not find a link in the description. So there. It's Rivendell by Carantanian. That's today's feature. Shipping routes. Got two coming in from the fog. And they go into the river. The main river heading into the city. This one stops here. Dead ends here. So you can't go any further, but this way, this goes into that bay and that under that high bridge, which is good. Except for, I think that I can't prove it, but I'm sure that is too close to the post. Any shipping coming out here will crash straight through it, like that, although we've gone over it because we can't crash through it. We do not ghost like ships. There's a separate shipping route though. That's very nice. It gives you access to all of the land on this side of the map. Access to this bit of land here, this bit of land here, and lots of access via cross-country means to this bit of land here. That's very poor, very sloppy, I've got to say. Not acceptable in any map. Then you've got water flow. Now it's pouring out the top of volcanoes. It's a fantasy map and I will accept that on this kind of map, and it's actually really nicely done. Sometimes you see it and it's poor. Today's is actually very nicely executed. The water flow is flowing pretty much everywhere that you need it to, so you're not going to get too much stagnant sewage. And this, if you come right down, is still moving just about, joins up with the main river. A lot of flow in the main river. Wonder where all that's coming from. Let's have a look. Up here, and it's all heading, there's the fog that way. It's all heading down from this bit of river, and that's all dropping down out of there. Lots of water coming out of there, out the top of here, but it's going in both directions. It's going right over the waterfall and left into a dead end, which isn't realistic unless you imagine that there is a underground tunnel. We've got scuba diving trees pretty much everywhere in this map, in edges of. I'm not happy with that, to be honest with you. That is tree brushing at its worst, without going around tidying up afterwards. Also, you'll notice mountaineering trees on the sides of mountains. We can really look at that close up on the side of this towering volcano. Look, now I don't mind lichen, okay, but these trees are not lichen. They really wouldn't be hanging onto the side of that, and I would have got the bulldozer and just got rid of them if that were me. But it's not me. It's Carantanian, and it's their map, and it's actually really quite nice on the whole, I think, certainly aesthetically speaking. Lots of build plane in the middle, although interspersed by rivers. Up the top here, if you could get up here, you could probably build something, but it's not really designed to be used, and I don't recommend you even consider it. There are a few other options, like this clever little route here, which cuts up and allows you to build some kind of slopey bridge across to give you access to the top here, and there's build plane up here as well, so there's things you can do up there. Now here, tricky to get across there, but I think actually you could probably build a tunnel through from about here to where's near water level on the other side. There, over there, down there here, about just that bottom bit there. I reckon you could have a tunnel coming right through the mountain. I think that could work. Now I did promise we'd have a look at the roads on the other side of the map, but because there's plenty of build plane over here, so let's have a look. There's the river, the road. So that comes in from the fog there, and it drops down on there, and that drops down here, giving you access, pretty good access actually, to all the build locations. That's all very good. Now we've nearly forgotten to have a look at Mickey. Hello, Mickey. Yeah, right. That is Mickey. Right, we're done. Let's just find a place to settle this camera, and we'll give this thing some scores, shall we? About there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right, aesthetically, I like this. Okay, I think the overall aesthetics are very good. Good choice of LUT. The design's not bad. The whole thing works for me. I'll give that 4 stars. Detailing, tree brush gone mad. We've got cross-country shipping, clipping, all sorts of little problems. Not horrendous though. I'm going to give it 2 stars. And then gameplay potential, I think it's a map you can play 3 or 4 times most. So I wouldn't go mad on it, to be honest with you, but I think it's worth a solid 3 stars at the very least. So Rivendell by Carantanian, not a bad map, just a few detailing problems. And that's it. Well, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for a Merrick Stowe special, where I'm going to talk for a whole hour, if you like my voice, about my map, why I built it, what I put, where I put it, all the reasonings and a little bit of the thought process behind it as well. So that's it. Join me then, and I'll see you again on Monday for more What Map. Thanks for watching.